And I'm so grateful that as the Rossmeyer family, longtime supporters and just ambassadors for the Boys and Girls Clubs, that you would come to the Spring Hill campus, take a tour here as we think about, how we reimagine the work that we do at the Rossmeyer Family Campus. So tell me about your why for being with the Boys and Girls Club. Since I am new, and I've heard such wonderful things about you, tell me your why.
Well, it stems from my husband, Bruce, who grew up in New Jersey. And I don't think it was a Boys and Girls Club, but it was a similar type club that his parents sent him to keep him off the streets. And, and he learned to swim. He learned, he played baseball. He wouldn't have been exposed to that if it hadn't been for this club that he went to. And he just always loved him.
Wow. And what a great testament that he would choose to continue that legacy that he benefited from.
So. And I think he knew in our community there needed to be support to, give kids an opportunity that they obviously weren't given, and he would do anything for kids.
Oh yeah, he was a big kid. He was just a big kid.
Yeah. He just wanted to make sure everyone was having a good time.
Yes. And now you hear a little piece of the vision to make sure our kids have a good time, they connect with their peers, but also that they get skills for the future. What does that mean for you? Where you're talking about not just the tech skills, but the people skills, right? Because so many industries are saying, we have a lot of technical folks, but we still lack the people skills, and most of the world's solutions and problems are based around people. What do you say to that?
You go.
I think the world of the computers and all put all of that on hold for a while. People thought they didn't need that people skills. They just figure, I can do everything with my computer. Who needs to talk to or see people? I can do them all right here. Just zoom in on anything I want to in any place in the world and see it.
Oh my goodness.
I think that just took lots away from just sitting and talking.
Yeah, I think building relationships, it helps, when for your interviewing and you just need to have people lead by example.
Absolutely.
And, meet other just learn people skills.
Learn people skills. So important because there are so many different types of personalities.
Yes.
And so many types of rooms that our young people need to enter in. And the more prepared they are, my why is because I had something similar to Mr. Rossmeyer growing up on a small, tiny island before I became an immigrant and a U.S. citizen. At 14, I was able to be in rooms because small groups, community organizations like this one allowed me to travel all over the world, to sing and to learn the art of public speaking and building relationships. It mattered. It matters now, as an adult. I remember those early formation years. And so what we're trying to do is to make sure that we're preparing them for the future yet unknown, that they get a chance to create it. A lot of kids right now, they're online, they're on their devices, and they're consuming content. They're just consuming. And we need to build more creators than consumers. We need to get them thinking about, why am I even consuming this? And what if I thought of a different pathway? So that's the focus for us, that future ready, future focus, while we're having fun.
Yeah.
So we can have fun.
You just don't know what's going to hit the mark with a kid.
Yeah.
Some of them look like they're just completely bored, but they're listening to every word you're saying and watching everything you do.
Yes. There's an interim executive of operations. Her name is Dr. Davina Jones. She drives over from Tampa to be with us almost every week, every other week or so. And the other day she was saying, you'd be surprised, to our campus directors, you'd be surprised how much the kids watch us. And this is how we know. When we walk out the room, if you ask them to imitate Mr. Chance or Mr. Mike or any one of our directors, or even Dr. Kamisha, they will have our nuances down, and that is how you know. Let them imitate you, and they will do all the things that you do to try to direct them. So they are watching, and because they are watching and listening, we need to be able to model that at a high level.
So true.
There's something to be said about investment, though. Also, when your community will see what you are doing for them, it's hopefully going to bring their invested time, and it will help everyone grow.
Absolutely. We talk about success even in the K through 12 space. And what we know for sure is the more we invest in these kinds of programs that complement the K through 12 space, the better our community is. We want to cut down on those kids that are getting caught up in juvenile detention, catching felonies at an early age. We're looking at our sheriff now, perp walking kids that are 13 years old because they are prank calling or they're carrying weapons to school.
Yeah.
And so, we need to continue this work and expand the work and it's not enough of us, right, to be able to expand to every kid because there are about 70,000 kids. We've touched over the last 30 years 55,000, but there's 70,000 that are in our school system. And 90% of those could benefit from our work, but we only touch about 2,000 a year. So 2,000 a year. So we need to really provide space for more.
The teen center, you said it was the largest one. How many other?
None. We don't have any across Volusia or Flagler. So we'd love to put one at the Rossmeyer family. Yeah, we'd love to put one there. In fact, we've talked about with the city manager there and the mayor. They gave me a wonderful idea. They're like, Kanisha, what if you tore that building down and then partnered with another organization to build, a larger facility? Well, the appetite for that right now and the fact that the bare bones of the structure are still strong, I'd like to walk gently to that, right?
Yeah.
And do proof positive of the numbers first. So when you scale the numbers and you max out on programs, then the other resources will come to reimagine a new building. But I think with the right kind of investment now, we could have that building for some time before we talk about that. Yeah. So
there's a lot of space there.
Lots of space in the back to add something.
A good central location.
Well, and it's sharing, with the
Y. Yeah. And the grant that we received from the county, most people don't know, that county grant that funds youth development, the Y is part of who we pay as part of some contract with. So the pot is like $500,000. We get maybe 300 of that chance. And then we subcontract with the Y, Pay Center for Girls, used to be Easter Seals, and the house next door. This year with that, and so 200,000 of that goes to those 4 other agencies.
Okay.
Because we can't reach their kids, right? So we actually pay for them to cover some of their costs through the grant money that we receive.
Where did Pace move?
Where are they now?
They were temporarily in a gymnasium over by the trails.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know if you.
They're still they're.
No, I don't know where they are.
They're in Ormond, just north of Granada, right off of US 1.
Okay.
Yeah. They're in an old school facility.
Yeah, that's where they were.
They had damage from the storm.
Okay, gotcha.
And then that's where they had.
That's why they went there temporarily. I thought they were moving permanently, I try to bring
my church. We support Pace Center for Girls, and I think they had a cleanup maybe last weekend where they went and mowed the yard and cleaned up everything.
Sure.
Oh, awesome! Yeah. I just met with their CEO. Since I've been on, one of the things I've been striving to do is not just looking out for the Boys and Girls Clubs. I'm just not wired to just do Boys and Girls Clubs, and I think nonprofits, we get further when we're collaborative. So I invited all the CEOs from nonprofits in the youth development space to get together to see, might there be opportunity to collaborate? And resoundingly, all the CEOs who attended said yes, yes, and yes. United Way, Pace, all of them represented.
That's great.
And so we're going to take a drive over the 12th of December, all of us, to look at a center called the Jesse Ball DuPont Center in Jacksonville. It's a multi-million-dollar facility that has sections for each of those nonprofits. So you go around the corner, you see Red Cross, you go around here, you see YMCA. So they're all sharing at least one collaborative space. And then there is venue space that they could rent out to generate revenue for their organizations. They still have their independent locations, but at least that's one collaborative space where they could, do some collaborative work together. So really novel idea. So we're going to explore what that might look like in Volusia.
Very good.
But I want to thank you, even though we're not finished with our tour, this section of it, I want to thank you so much. for being not just strong supporters of the organization, but for being exactly who you are, representing the legacy of your late husband and your father, and taking the time to come and see what does the future look like.
Well, and as a family, you know, we have more time now to focus on things than when we were running the business. You know, that was what we knew to do every day, and this was extra. Now I feel like I have more time to be with my mom specifically, and to help her, you know, share love.
That's wonderful.
That's pretty much it, you know, and we do
Yeah,
like
I'm
to.
definitely getting payback from raising kids.